Have you ever felt like you're carrying around invisible scars from your past? Peter here. I've had over 20 years in the mind, body, spirit world, and I have definitely felt like that. And what I want to do is ask you, do you struggle with low self-esteem, fear of abandonment, or difficulty trusting others? These feelings might be rooted in childhood wounds caused by rejection or emotional neglect. But here's the most important thing. Healing is 100% possible. Yes, 100% possible. In this video, we're going to dive into 7 common wounds from childhood rejection and neglect, and most importantly, how you can heal from them. It may take time and effort, but emotional freedom is within your reach. Stick with me as we explore these wounds, and I'll share how my dream method, a simple yet powerful 5-step program, can bring you relief from anxiety, depression, and those lingering emotional scars. Plus, I've got a special free webinar to help you start your healing journey today. Let's look at the 7 common emotional wounds that can result from childhood rejection and neglect. The first one is low self-esteem. When key figures in our childhood, like parents or teachers, reject us, we often internalize the belief that we're not good enough. This can lead to constant self-doubt, difficulty accepting compliments, and seeking validation from others. The second one is fear of abandonment. This fear stems from low self-esteem. We don't feel worthy of love, and as a result, we cling to others in relationships, worried that they'll leave us. It creates anxiety and a deep sense of insecurity. The third one is difficulty trusting others. If you've been betrayed or rejected early in life, it can be tough to trust others. This often leads to what I call toxic independence, where we believe we can only rely on ourselves. The fourth one is emotional numbness. Many of my clients have been through this. To protect ourselves from the pain of rejection, we may shut down emotionally. This makes it hard to connect with our feelings and empathize with others. Emotional numbness often leads to unhealthy coping mechanisms like addiction or avoidance. And yes, I really do empathize with that. The fifth one is people-pleasing tendencies, and I do know this one really well as well. When our need for acceptance wasn't met in childhood, we may develop people-pleasing habits. This shows up as difficulty saying no, overcommitting, and putting others' needs before your own. The sixth one is perfectionism. Perfectionism is often driven by a fear of rejection. We try to be flawless to avoid criticism, but this leads to burnout, constant dissatisfaction, and a deep fear of making mistakes. And the seventh one is self-sabotage. I know this one as well. If we don't believe we're worthy, we might subconsciously sabotage ourselves. This shows up in procrastination, fear of success, and behaviours that prevent us from reaching our full potential. The journey of healing is deeply personal, but here are some crucial steps you can take. Realise it's not your fault. You deserve love and acceptance. There's nothing you could have done as a child to deserve neglect or mistreatment. It's time to stop blaming yourself. Welcome your emotions. Acknowledge and accept your emotions as a valuable part of who you are. Even if you learn to suppress them, they're still there waiting to be heard. Recognize your feelings. Start paying attention to your thoughts and bodily sensations. Tools like emotional charts can be really helpful in identifying what you're feeling in any given moment. Track your emotions. Keeping a journal or using an emotion tracking app can make you more aware of your emotional patterns. Once you recognize these, you can start working on them. Learn to self-soothe, and this is so important. Develop strategies to calm yourself when you feel overwhelmed. You can try deep breathing, spending time in nature, or engaging in hobbies that bring you joy and peace. Qigong really did transform my life in that respect. Meet your core emotional needs. We all have 3 core emotional needs: boundaries, safety, and love. If these weren't met in your childhood, you can learn to meet them for yourself now. Boundaries, really important. Learn to say no and set limits that protect your emotional well-being. Safety. Practices like Qigong, meditation, or yoga can help regulate your nervous system and create a sense of inner peace. Love. Cultivate self-compassion and begin accepting yourself unconditionally. If you're ready to take your healing journey to the next level, I've created a free webinar that dives deep into the Dream Method, my 5-step process that can help you find emotional freedom, heal from childhood wounds, and build a more empowering self-image. This method has worked for so many highly sensitive people, bringing relief from anxiety and even depression. Click the link below to watch the free webinar and start your healing journey today. I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Until then, be well and keep shining.